By the time the crowd reached the riverbank, the two children were already underwater. Their school uniforms, white and navy blue, were visible beneath the brown current of the Mississippi River, swirling, sinking, disappearing. The driver was screaming. The nanny was screaming. Security guards were running, but no one was jumping in. The current was too strong, the water too deep, the river too angry. "Somebody help! The children are drowning! Somebody please!" And then from the nearby bridge, a man dove in. Not a security guard, not the driver, not any of the wealthy people watching. A homeless veteran. A man so poor he hadn't eaten in 3 days. A man with one leg. A man everyone had ignored just minutes before. He dove into that deadly river without hesitation. But before I tell you this incredible story, do me one favor. If you love powerful stories about injustice, courage, and shocking revelations, please subscribe to my channel right now. I create these amazing moral stories every week. You don't want to miss the next one. Hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go back to how this nightmare started. There are two Americas. One America lives in massive mansions in gated communities with backup generators that never fail, sends children to elite private schools, and flies to Paris for shopping. The other America sleeps under highway overpasses, begs for food, and prays for just one meal a day. This is the story of how those two worlds collided. Marcus Thompson was one of the richest men in Atlanta. Tech startups, real estate, venture capital, private equity. His empire was worth over $800 million. His mansion in Buckhead had 12 bedrooms, 2 swimming pools, a private movie theater, and a helipad. He owned 35 companies across the Southeast. His cars alone were worth more than most people would earn in 5 lifetimes. Rolls-Royce, Bentley, G-Wagon, Tesla, Porsche. But his greatest treasures weren't his businesses or his properties. They were his children, twin boys, 6 years old, Isaiah and Elijah Thompson. They were identical. Same bright brown eyes, same mischievous smiles, same way of finishing each other's sentences. Marcus and his wife, Dr. Alicia Thompson, a renowned surgeon, had tried for children for 8 years. 8 years of prayers, 8 years of tears, 8 years of expensive fertility treatments at the best clinics in New York and Los Angeles. When the twins finally came, it was like God had answered every prayer at once. Marcus built a special nursery, hired 4 nannies, made sure the boys had everything. The best toys, the best clothes, the best education. "These boys are my legacy," he'd tell anyone who would listen. "Everything I've built is for them." Isaiah and Elijah attended Brookhaven Academy, the most exclusive private school in Atlanta, $45,000 per child per year. They had their own driver, Jerome, and a personal security guard, Marcus Jr., who followed them everywhere. Every morning they'd be driven to school in the family's black Escalade with tinted windows. Every afternoon they'd be picked up and driven straight home. No stops, no detours. Those were the rules. Marcus was obsessive about security. His children were never to be in public unsupervised, never to be in situations he couldn't control. "In this America," he'd say, "you must protect what is yours. Kidnappers are everywhere. Evil people are everywhere." Brother James, that's what people called him. He lived under the I-75 overpass near downtown. He'd been there for 9 years. Nobody knew his real last name. Nobody asked. On the streets of Atlanta, you're whatever name people give you. Brother James was 38 years old, though he looked 55. The streets age you fast. He'd lost his right leg 8 years ago in Afghanistan. IED explosion during his 3rd tour. The VA hospital had done the amputation, but the prosthetic they gave him broke after 6 months. The replacement would cost $12,000. His VA benefits had been tied up in bureaucracy for 3 years. He had $247 to his name, so he learned to walk on crutches. After losing his leg, he lost everything: his job as an auto mechanic, his apartment in East Atlanta, his girlfriend. "I can't do this," she'd said before leaving. "I need someone who can provide." So he joined the invisible people, the ones Americans walk past every day without seeing. He had a spot near Peachtree Street by the traffic lights. From 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., he'd sit on a piece of cardboard with his veteran's cap in front of him. "Please help, homeless vet, God bless. Most people ignored him, some insulted him. Get a job, lazy bum, probably faking it. A few, very few, dropped coins or bills. $1 here, $5 there. On a good day, maybe $30. That was his daily income. Some days, nothing at all. He ate once a day, usually from the food truck on Marietta Street. Sometimes the owner, Ms. Rosa, felt sorry for him and gave him food for free. He bathed at the Salvation Army shelter, slept on cardboard under the overpass, rats running near him at night. But Brother James had one thing most people didn't: contentment. He never stole, never begged aggressively, never cursed those who refused him. "God has kept me alive," he'd say in his raspy voice. "That alone is enough reason to be grateful." On Sundays, he'd hobble on his crutch to a small church in Vine City, not the big megachurches with concert lighting and cameras, a small storefront fellowship. Pastor Williams, who led the church, was also poor, but he treated Brother James with dignity. "Brother James, how are you today?" "I'm blessed, Pastor." Still breathing. The other believers, mostly working poor folks, bus drivers, janitors, home health aides, would greet him warmly. Here, he wasn't invisible. One Sunday, Pastor Williams preached, "God will lift you up. Your story isn't over." Brother James would nod, even though he'd stopped believing his story would change. He'd accepted his fate. This was his life now. But God had other plans. Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. A day that started like every other day. Brother James woke at 5 a.m. under the overpass, rolled up his cardboard bed, hobbled to the shelter to wash his face with water from the fountain. He wore his only outfit: faded khaki cargo pants torn at the knees and a Marines t-shirt that was 3 sizes too big. His crutch was made from an old wooden cane he'd found in a dumpster. By 6 a.m., he was at his spot near Peachtree and 10th Street, sat down, placed his cap in front of him. "Please help. Homeless vet. God bless you." The morning rush began. Cars, buses, people rushing to work. Nobody stopped. At Brookhaven Academy in Buckhead, Isaiah and Elijah Thompson were having breakfast. French toast with maple syrup, fresh orange juice, strawberries. Their mother, Dr. Alicia, watched them eat. She was dressed in an expensive pantsuit, heading to the hospital for surgery. "Boys, no playing around in the car today, okay?" "Yes, Mommy," they said together. "Jerome will take you straight home after school." "Yes, Mommy." Marcus had already left at 5 a.m. for a business meeting in New York. Before leaving, he'd kissed his boys. "Be good. Daddy loves you." At 7:30 a.m., Jerome, the driver, packed the boys into the Escalade. Their nanny, Miss Patricia, sat in the passenger seat. Marcus Jr., the security guard, followed in another SUV. The convoy headed to Buckhead. Everything was normal. Everything was routine. Until 3:15 p.m. School ended at 3 p.m. Jerome picked up Isaiah and Elijah as usual, both boys jumping into the car, talking excitedly about their day. "Mr. Jerome, we learned about space today. I want to be an astronaut. No, I'm going to be a scientist." Jerome smiled at them through the rearview mirror. He'd been working for Marcus for 4 years, loved these boys like his own nephews. Miss Patricia wasn't with them today. She'd called in sick that morning. Marcus Jr. was supposed to follow in the backup SUV, but that vehicle had a flat tire. Mechanic was on the way, so it was just Jerome and the boys. "Straight home, right, boys?" "Yes, Mr. Jerome." They started driving from Buckhead to their home, normally a 20-minute drive, but on I-85 there was traffic, complete standstill. A jackknifed semi-truck had blocked all lanes. The road was closed. "Man, this traffic," Jerome muttered. They sat there for 40 minutes. The boys were getting restless. "Mr. Jerome, I'm hungry. Me too. When we get home, the cook will give you a snack. But I'm hungry now." Jerome hesitated. He was hungry too. He'd skipped lunch. There was a Chick-fil-A at the next exit. Just $6 for a kid's meal. Should he stop? Just quickly. Marcus had been very clear. No stops. Straight home. But the boys were hungry. He was hungry. And they were stuck in traffic anyway. "Okay, boys, we'll stop real quick at Chick-fil-A. Just drive through. But you stay in the car, okay? Windows up, doors locked." "Yes, Mr. Jerome." He maneuvered the SUV out of traffic. Took the exit. Found the Chick-fil-A. I'll order at the drive-thru. Don't open the doors for anyone. Yes, Mr. Jerome. He pulled into the drive-thru line. 5 cars ahead of him. This is taking too long, he thought. The boys sat in the back seat, air conditioning on, windows tinted, doors locked. They were safe. What could happen in 10 minutes? But 10 minutes became 15. The drive-thru line wasn't moving. Someone had a complicated order. Jerome kept checking his watch. Finally, at minute 18, he got the food. He pulled forward to park and hand the food to the boys. But when he looked in the back seat, his heart stopped. The boys were gone. The back doors were open. Isaiah! Elijah! He jumped out of the SUV, looked around frantically. The parking lot, the nearby shops, the road. Isaiah! Elijah! Where are you? Other people started looking, helping to search. 2 little black boys, school uniforms, white shirts, navy pants. Yes, yes. Have you seen them? A woman pointed. I saw 2 little boys running that way, toward the river. The river. The Chattahoochee River was just 400 yards away through the woods behind the shopping center. Jerome's blood ran cold. He started running. Isaiah and Elijah hadn't meant to disobey. They'd sat in the car like good boys. Windows up, doors locked. But then they saw it. A dog. A golden retriever puppy wandering near the car looking lost. Elijah, look, a puppy. Oh, it's so cute. Let's go see it. But Mr. Jerome said don't leave the car. Just for 1 minute. We'll just pet it, then come back. The doors were locked from inside, but the boys knew how to unlock them. They'd watched Jerome do it many times. Click. They opened the door, stepped out into the September heat. The puppy saw them and ran. Wait, come back, puppy. The boys chased it across the parking lot, past the stores, following the golden puppy that kept running. Puppy, stop! They were 6 years old. They didn't know Atlanta, didn't know they were running toward danger. The puppy ran into the woods. The boys followed. Isaiah, wait. The puppy went down there. There was a slope leading to the river. The puppy had disappeared down it. Let's go get it. But it's far from the car. Just quick. Mr. Jerome is still at the drive-thru. They ran down the slope. The riverbank was muddy, slippery. The water was brown and fast-moving. Recent rain had made the current strong. The puppy was nowhere to be seen. Where did it go? I don't know. Let's go back. They turned to climb back up the slope, but Elijah slipped. His feet went out from under him on the muddy ground. He fell backward, straight into the river. Elijah! Isaiah tried to grab him, but his hand caught only air. Elijah hit the water, went under, came up sputtering, coughing, flailing. Isaiah, help! Isaiah did what any brother would do. He jumped in to save his twin. But 6-year-olds can't fight river currents. Both boys went under. The water was cold, dark, strong. They couldn't swim well. They were drowning. Up near the parking lot, Jerome was running through the woods toward the river, screaming their names. Other people had realized something was wrong. They were following. By the time they reached the riverbank, all they could see were 2 small white shirts beneath the brown water, sinking. Somebody help! The children are drowning! Everyone stood there watching, horrified. But nobody jumped in. The current was notorious. People had drowned here before, even strong swimmers. Jerome couldn't swim. He stood at the water's edge, screaming, helpless. Please, somebody! Their father will kill me! Please! The boys were going under. Their small arms stopped flailing. Time was running out. And then from the nearby pedestrian bridge, someone dove. Brother James had been on the bridge. He'd left his spot early, only made $11 that day. He was going to the church to see if Pastor Williams had any food. He'd been hobbling across the pedestrian bridge over the Chattahoochee on his crutch when he heard the screaming. He looked over the railing, saw the crowd, saw the commotion, saw 2 small shapes in the water. White shirts, navy pants, children drowning. And nobody was doing anything. Brother James didn't think. He dropped his crutch and jumped. The fall was 20 feet. He hit the water hard. The cold shocked his system. The current immediately grabbed him, tried to pull him under. But Brother James had grown up in Louisiana near the bayous. Before the military, before the war, before the injury, before poverty, he knew rivers. 1 leg or 2, he knew how to swim. He kicked hard, fighting the current, looking for the boys. There, two shapes sinking fast. He dove under. The water was murky. He couldn't see clearly, but he felt around, grabbed something, a small arm. He pulled, brought the child up to the surface. Isaiah. Eyes closed, not breathing. Brother James held him tight, kicked toward the shore. But the current was fighting him, and he was weak from not eating. He kicked harder, one leg doing the work of two. Finally, hands grabbed him, people on the bank pulling him in. They dragged Isaiah onto the muddy shore. "The other one!" Brother James gasped. "There's another one!" Without waiting for his breath to return, he dove back in. The crowd was shouting, some praying. Jerome was in the water now too, but panicking, splashing uselessly. Brother James dove deep, felt around. There. Another small body, not moving. He grabbed Elijah, pulled him up, but this time the current was stronger. It was pulling them both under. Brother James was exhausted. His one leg was cramping. He was swallowing water. "I'm going to die here," he thought. But he didn't let go of the boy. He kicked, fought, refused to give up. And somehow, he reached the bank. Strong hands pulled them both out. Elijah was laid on the muddy ground next to Isaiah. Both boys were unconscious, lips blue, not breathing. "They're dead!" Someone screamed. "Oh, God, they're dead!" Jerome collapsed. "No, no, no! Mr. Thompson's gonna kill me! Oh, God, no!" But Brother James wasn't giving up. He'd learned CPR in the military. He positioned himself over Isaiah, pressed on his small chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bent down, breathed into his mouth. Nothing. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe. "Come on, little man. Come back, come back." Suddenly, Isaiah coughed. Water spewed from his mouth. He gasped, cried, breathed. "He's alive!" the crowd shouted. "He's breathing!" Brother James moved to Elijah. Same thing. Chest compressions. Rescue breaths. "Come on, brother. Come back to us. Your twin is waiting. 1 minute, 2 minutes, nothing." "It's too late," someone said. "He's gone." "No." Brother James pressed harder, breathed deeper. "Come back." And Elijah coughed. Water everywhere, but breathing, crying, alive. The crowd erupted, clapping, praising God, crying. Both boys were alive. Brother James collapsed backward, exhausted, barely conscious himself. Jerome was crying, holding both boys. Someone wrapped them in jackets. They were shivering, traumatized, but alive. An ambulance arrived. Someone had called 911. Paramedics took over. In all the commotion, Brother James tried to slip away. He'd done what needed to be done. Now, he needed to find his crutch, get back to his spot. He had no money for food today. But Jerome grabbed his arm. "Wait, please! You saved them! You can't just leave!" Brother James looked at him with exhausted eyes. "I'm nobody," he whispered in his raspy voice. "Just happy the little boys are okay. What's your name?" "Brother James." "Where do you live?" Brother James looked down at his one leg, his torn, wet clothes, his homeless appearance. "Under the overpass on I-75. Jerome stared at him. This man, this poor one-legged homeless veteran, had done what no one else would do. "Come with us to the hospital, please. The boy's father must meet you." Brother James shook his head. "I have no insurance, no money for hospitals. You don't need money. Please, you saved their lives. The least we can do is make sure you're okay." Reluctantly, Brother James agreed. He climbed into the ambulance with the boys, Jerome, and the paramedics. As they drove to Piedmont Hospital, Isaiah and Elijah were regaining consciousness. They looked at Brother James with big, confused eyes. "Are you an angel?" Isaiah whispered. Brother James smiled. "No, little man. Just a man." "Thank you for saving us," Elijah said. "You're welcome." And for the first time in 9 years, Brother James felt like his life had purpose. Marcus Thompson was in Manhattan when his phone rang. He was in the middle of signing a $50 million acquisition deal. His phone was on silent, but it kept buzzing, again and again. His executive assistant stepped in. "Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your wife has called 20 times. She says it's an emergency about the boys." Marcus felt his heart drop. He excused himself, stepped out, called Alicia. Dr. Thompson picked up immediately. She was crying so hard he could barely understand her. Alicia, what's wrong? What happened? The boys, they almost... She couldn't finish. What happened to my sons? She handed the phone to someone else. Jerome. Sir, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Jerome, if you don't tell me what happened right now... The boys are in the hospital, sir, but they're alive. They're okay. Hospital. What happened? Jerome explained everything. The traffic, the stop for food, the boys leaving the car, the river, the drowning. Marcus couldn't breathe. But they're alive, sir. Because of someone. A man. He jumped into the river and saved them. Who? Who saved my sons? A homeless vet, sir. A one-legged homeless vet. Marcus was already moving. Which hospital? Piedmont. I'm coming. Don't let that man leave. Don't let him go anywhere. I'm coming now. He didn't care about the deal, didn't care about the meeting. He ran out of the boardroom, straight to a helicopter pad, chartered a flight. All he could think about was his boys. His precious boys were almost taken from him, and saved by a stranger, a homeless veteran. The 3-hour drive from New York became a 90-minute flight. Marcus landed in Atlanta at 6:30 p.m. His driver was waiting. They raced to the hospital. When he burst into the private room, he saw his sons in hospital beds, wrapped in warm blankets with IV drips. They looked small, fragile, but alive. Dr. Alicia was sitting between their beds, holding both their hands, still crying. "Daddy," they both said weakly. Marcus rushed to them, hugged them carefully, kissed their foreheads. "Thank God, thank God, thank God." He checked them over, made sure they were really okay. The doctor came in. "They'll be fine, Mr. Thompson. Just traumatized and exhausted. We'll keep them overnight for observation. Thank you, doctor." "Thank you." After making sure his sons were settled, Marcus turned to Jerome. "Where is he?" "The man who saved them." "Outside, sir. In the waiting area. He wanted to leave, but I begged him to stay." Marcus walked out to the waiting area. It was full of people. Families waiting for news about loved ones. Nurses walking by. The smell of antiseptic. And in the corner, sitting on a plastic chair, was a man who looked like he'd been through hell. Wet, torn clothes. One leg, leaning on a crude crutch. Face exhausted. Eyes closed. Brother James had fallen asleep, waiting. Marcus approached slowly. He'd seen homeless people before, hundreds of them, had always instructed his driver to ignore them. Keep windows up. Don't give them money. It just encourages them. But this homeless veteran had saved his children. He sat down in the chair next to Brother James. The movement woke him. He opened his eyes, saw the well-dressed black man beside him in an expensive suit. Started to stand. "Sorry, sir. I'll move." "No," Marcus said gently. "Stay, please." Brother James sat back down, confused. "Are you the one who saved my sons?" Brother James nodded. "What's your name?" "Brother James, sir." Marcus looked at him, really looked at him. The torn clothes, the missing leg, the exhaustion in his face, the rough voice. This was a man who had nothing, who society had thrown away, but he jumped into a deadly river without hesitation to save 2 children he didn't know. "Why did you do it?" Marcus asked. "You could have died." Brother James shrugged. "They were just little boys. Somebody had to help them. But you can't even swim properly. You have 1 leg." "I know. But God gave me 2 arms and a heart. That was enough." Marcus felt tears coming to his eyes, something that rarely happened. "I don't know how to thank you." "No need, sir. I'm just happy they're okay." "No, there's every need. You saved my children. Do you have any idea what that means to me? They're everything. Everything." Brother James smiled slightly. "I saw that, sir. Any father would feel the same. Tell me what you need." "Anything. Money, a place to stay, medical care. I'll give you anything." Brother James shook his head. "I don't need anything, sir." "Really? You're wearing torn clothes. You're missing a leg. Jerome told me you live under an overpass. Don't tell me you don't need anything." Brother James looked down at his hands. What I need, sir, money cannot buy. I need my leg back. I need my old life back. But those things are gone. So I've learned to be content. Marcus stared at this man. This homeless veteran who had more dignity than most rich men he knew. Where are you going now? Back to my spot, sir. Maybe I can still get something to eat before the day ends. No. You're coming home with me. Brother James looked alarmed. Sir, I cannot. I'm not asking. I'm telling you, you saved my son's lives. The least I can do is make sure you eat, rest, and have proper clothes. Tomorrow we'll talk about permanent arrangements. Sir, really, I don't want to be a burden. A burden? Marcus almost laughed. You jumped into a river to save my children. If anything, I'm the one in your debt. Please, allow me to do this small thing. Brother James hesitated, then nodded slowly. Thank you, sir. No, Brother James. Thank you. The next day, after the twins were discharged and confirmed healthy, Marcus brought Brother James to the Buckhead mansion. The security guards at the gate didn't want to let him in. Mr. Thompson, this man is homeless. This man is my guest. Open the gate. They did, shocked. As the car drove through the compound, Brother James looked out the window in disbelief. He'd never seen anything like this. The mansion looked like something from a movie. They entered through the front door. The foyer was bigger than the entire space under the bridge where he slept. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, expensive furniture, art on the walls worth more than he'd earn in 10 lifetimes of begging. Please sit, Marcus said. Brother James sat gingerly on the edge of a cream leather sofa, afraid his torn clothes would dirty it. The twins came running. They'd been told their hero was visiting. Uncle! Uncle! Thank you for saving us! They hugged his legs, his one leg, and his prosthetic gap. Didn't care, just grateful. Brother James smiled, patted their heads. You boys are okay now? Yes. The doctor said we're fine. Dr. Alicia came down the stairs. She'd been crying on and off since yesterday. When she saw Brother James, she walked straight to him and knelt. Ma'am, please. Brother James tried to stand. No, let me thank you properly. She had tears in her eyes. You saved my children. I don't have enough words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stand, ma'am. I didn't do anything special. You jumped into a river. You risked your life for children you didn't know. That's not nothing special, that's heroic. Marcus called for the housekeeper. Take Brother James upstairs. Let him shower. Give him fresh clothes from my wardrobe. Then bring him to the dining room. We're having dinner. Sir, really, you don't have to... Brother James, I'm not going to argue with you every time I want to do something for you. Just accept. So Brother James was led upstairs by the confused housekeeper. He was shown to a guest bedroom that was bigger than most people's entire apartments. The bathroom had a jacuzzi tub, a walk-in shower, marble everywhere, expensive toiletries. Brother James stood there overwhelmed. He hadn't had a proper shower in 9 years. He usually bathed at the shelter with harsh soap and cold water, quickly, before people complained. Now he was in a mansion bathroom with hot water and body wash and shampoo and towels so soft they felt like clouds. He showered slowly, washed off 9 years of street dirt, 9 years of shame. The housekeeper brought clothes, a clean shirt and slacks from Marcus's wardrobe. They were a little big, but they were clean and whole. Brother James looked at himself in the mirror. He almost didn't recognize the man staring back. When he came down to the dining room, the family was waiting. The table was set with more food than he'd seen in years. Fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread, sweet potato pie, lemonade. Please, sit. Marcus indicated the chair across from him. Brother James sat. Let's pray, Marcus said. They all held hands. The billionaire, his wife, his children, and the homeless veteran. Father, we thank you for this food. We thank you for life. We thank you for Brother James, who you sent as an angel to save our children. Bless him, Lord. Bless this family. Amen. Amen. Brother James's eyes were wet. When was the last time he'd been included in a family prayer? They ate. The twins kept asking him questions. Uncle James, where do you live? Under a bridge. Why? Because I don't have a house. Why don't you have a house? Isaiah. That's enough questions, Dr. Alicia said gently. It's okay, ma'am, Brother James said. I don't mind. He told them his story, how he'd lost his leg in Afghanistan, lost his job, lost everything. The family listened in silence. When he finished, Marcus spoke. That changes today. Sir, you're not going back to that bridge. You're not going back to begging. I'm offering you a job. Brother James looked confused. Sir, I have one leg. I can't do much. You can do more than you think. I need someone I can trust, someone with integrity, someone who would jump into a river to save children who aren't his own. That's the kind of person I want working for me. But, sir, what can I do? For now, you'll be my personal assistant. Learn the business. Learn how my companies work. We'll start you at $5,000 a month. Brother James nearly fainted. Sir, $5,000? He'd been making maybe $500 a month begging on good months. That's just the start. We'll also get you a prosthetic leg, a proper one. I have a friend at Emory who specializes in prosthetics for veterans. We'll also get you a place to stay. One of my properties in Midtown, fully furnished. Sir, this is too much. It's not enough. You saved my children. My children, Brother James. Do you understand? You gave me back the most precious things in my life. There's no amount of money that equals that. Brother James was crying now, fully crying. I don't know what to say. Say yes. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. The twins cheered. Dr. Alicia was crying too. And just like that, Brother James's life changed. From begging under a bridge to working for a billionaire. From eating once a day to being offered more food than he could finish. From being invisible to being seen. All because he'd done the right thing. All because when everyone else stood watching, he jumped. The first week was overwhelming. Brother James moved into a one-bedroom apartment in Midtown, clean, safe, with electricity 24/7. He'd sit on the sofa and cry just from the relief of having a roof over his head. Marcus kept his promises. He took Brother James to see his friend, Dr. Patel, who specialized in prosthetics for veterans. Within 3 weeks, Brother James had a new leg, a proper prosthetic, custom-fitted, worth $18,000. The first time he stood on 2 legs again, 8 years after losing his leg, he wept. Walk, Dr. Patel encouraged. Brother James took a step, then another, then another. He could walk again. At the office, Brother James started as an assistant to Marcus's executive assistant, Jennifer. Just watch and learn, Jennifer said. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. But Brother James was a fast learner. Years on the streets had taught him to observe, to adapt, to survive. He watched how the office worked, how meetings were conducted, how deals were made, and he discovered something. He was good at this. His years as a mechanic before the military had made him good with details, good at problem solving, good at seeing solutions others missed. Within 2 months, he was no longer just watching. He was contributing ideas, spotting errors in documents, organizing schedules, Marcus noticed. Jennifer, your assistant is impressive. Yes, sir. Brother James learns very fast. Promote him. Make him a junior executive assistant. Increase his salary to $7,000 a month. When Brother James heard, he couldn't believe it. Sir, I've only been here 2 months. And in those 2 months, you've proven yourself more valuable than people who've worked here for years. Merit, Brother James. I reward merit. But not everyone was happy about Brother James's rise. Some of the other staff members were jealous, resentful. Who is this homeless man coming to take our positions? He was under a bridge 2 months ago. Now he's making more than us. Mr. Thompson is just feeling guilty. It won't last. He'll realize his mistake and send him back to the streets. The office gossip was vicious, but Brother James ignored it. He kept his head down, worked hard, stayed humble. At home, he remained the same person. He'd visit Pastor Williams every Sunday at the small church in Vine City. The congregation couldn't believe the transformation. Brother James, look at you, walking, in a suit. God has done it. They celebrated him, thanked God for his breakthrough. But you haven't forgotten us, Pastor Williams noted. You could go to big churches now, mega churches with famous pastors. "This is my family," Brother James said simply. "Why would I leave my family?" He started giving back. He'd buy food for the other homeless people he used to know. Help them when he could. "Brother James, you're a big man now. You don't have to associate with us anymore. I was you just 2 months ago. Nothing makes me better than you. Just luckier." His humility was genuine. It wasn't an act, and Marcus saw it. 6 months after Brother James started working for Marcus, he was promoted again. Senior Executive Assistant, $10,000 per month plus benefits. He was now reporting directly to Marcus, handling sensitive business matters, traveling with him to meetings. The twins loved him. They called him Uncle James and insisted he come to the house for dinner every Sunday. Dr. Alicia treated him like family. "You're not just our employee. You're part of this family now." But success breeds enemies. David Cunningham, the chief operating officer, had worked for Marcus for 8 years. He had expected to be the heir apparent, the one Marcus trusted most. Now this former homeless man was getting that position. Cunningham started plotting. "We need to expose him," he told his allies in the office. "Find out what he's really about. Nobody is that perfect." They started digging into Brother James's past, looking for dirt, looking for anything that could be used against him. They found his military records, found a disciplinary report from 2014, insubordination, disobeying a direct order in the field. "Perfect," Cunningham smiled. "Let's use this." He arranged a board meeting, brought up concerns about Brother James's past. "Marcus, I think we should discuss your new assistant's background. Did you know he has a disciplinary record from the military?" Marcus looked at him coldly. "I know everything about Brother James's past. He disobeyed an order to abandon wounded soldiers under fire. He stayed behind to save 3 men's lives. That's not a flaw. That's the exact character I want in my organization. Is there a point to this? I'm just saying, sir, we don't really know this man. He came from the streets. How do we know he's trustworthy with sensitive company information? How do I know?" Marcus stood. "He jumped into a river to save my children. He risked his life when everyone else stood watching. That's how I know. Any more questions?" Silence. Good. Meeting adjourned. But Cunningham wasn't done. He started planting seeds of doubt among the other executives, started subtle sabotage, documents going missing, meetings being scheduled wrong, small errors that made Brother James look incompetent. Brother James noticed but said nothing. He just worked harder, double-checked everything, stayed late, arrived early. One evening he was working late in the office. Everyone else had gone home. He heard voices in Cunningham's office. The door was slightly open. "We just need to make him make one big mistake. Then Marcus will have to fire him. But what if he doesn't make mistakes?" "Everyone makes mistakes. We just need to create the right circumstances." Brother James's heart sank. So this was what was happening. He could confront them, report them to Marcus. But he remembered something Pastor Williams always said. "Let your work speak for itself. Don't fight enemies with weapons. Fight them with excellence." So he said nothing, just continued working harder. The test came during a major deal. Marcus was negotiating to acquire a tech startup in Silicon Valley. The deal was worth $120 million. Brother James was handling the preliminary documentation, coordinating meetings, managing schedules. Cunningham was also involved as COO. He couldn't be excluded. The night before the final contract signing, Cunningham made his move. He accessed Brother James's computer. He'd stolen the password weeks ago. He altered the contract documents, changed key numbers, made it look like Brother James had made catastrophic errors. The next morning at the contract signing in the conference room, Marcus reviewed the documents one final time before signing. His face changed. "What is this? The purchase price is wrong. The equity valuation is wrong. These numbers don't match what we agreed." He looked at Brother James. "Did you prepare these documents?" "Yes, sir." "Then explain these errors." Brother James looked at the documents. His heart sank. These weren't the numbers he'd entered. "Sir, these aren't what I prepared. Someone must have changed them." Cunningham jumped in. "Marcus, I hate to say this, but this is exactly what I warned about." He doesn't have the experience for this level of responsibility. These are basic errors, another executive added. Errors that could have cost us millions. Marcus looked at Brother James. There was disappointment in his eyes. I need to speak with Brother James alone, everyone else out. The room cleared. Just Marcus and Brother James remained. Tell me the truth. Did you make these errors? No, sir. I checked those documents 4 times. Those numbers were correct when I saved them yesterday. Then how did they change? I don't know, sir. But I didn't make those errors. Marcus studied him. You've been with me for 6 months. In that time, you've made exactly 0 mistakes. Not one. And now on our biggest deal, you suddenly make multiple critical errors? Sir, I know it looks bad. It doesn't just look bad. It looks impossible. It looks like someone is sabotaging you. Brother James looked up, surprised. Marcus smiled slightly. I didn't build an empire by being blind, Brother James. I've noticed the office politics, the jealousy. I know Cunningham has been trying to undermine you. Sir, I didn't want to. I know you didn't. That's why I respect you. You didn't come running to me with complaints. You just kept working. But I'm not blind. He picked up his phone. Made a call. IT department. I need you to check Brother James's computer. I need a full log of every access to his files in the last 48 hours, including remote access. 20 minutes later, the IT manager came back with a report. Sir, Brother James's computer was accessed remotely at 11:52 p.m. last night. The login credentials belong to David Cunningham. Marcus's face hardened. Bring him here. Now. Cunningham was brought in, looking confident. That confidence disappeared when he saw Marcus's expression. You accessed Brother James's computer last night. You altered the contract documents. Why? Sir, I don't know what you're... Don't lie to me. We have the digital trail. Your login. Your access. Everything. Cunningham's face went pale. You've worked for me for 8 years, Marcus said quietly. 8 years. And you threw it all away because of jealousy? Because a man who came from nothing was proving to be better than you? Sir, please. You're fired. Security will escort you out. You have 1 hour to clear your office. And if I ever hear that you've badmouthed this company or Brother James, I will make sure you never work in this industry again. Are we clear? Sir, please. I have a family. You should have thought about that before you tried to sabotage a $120 million deal. Get out. Cunningham was escorted out by security. His 8-year career ended in disgrace. Marcus turned to Brother James. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Sir, you didn't have to fire him because of me. Didn't fire him because of you. I fired him because he's a saboteur. Because he put his ego above the company's interests. I can't have people like that in my organization. He put his hand on Brother James's shoulder. You passed the test, Brother James. Not the test he tried to set for you, but the test of character. You didn't fight back. You didn't gossip. You didn't complain. You just kept working. That's the kind of person I want leading my company. Leading, sir? I'm making you COO, Chief Operating Officer. $15,000 per month, plus profit sharing, plus company car. Brother James sat down, overwhelmed. Sir, I've only been here 6 months, and in 6 months you've shown more integrity than people who've worked here for years. Merit, Brother James. I told you, I reward merit. 1 year after the river rescue, Brother James was a different man. He walked on 2 legs, wore tailored suits, drove a company car, a BMW. He'd moved to a 2-bedroom apartment in Buckhead, had savings, had a future. But he never forgot where he came from. Every Sunday, he still attended Pastor Williams's church. He'd arrive in his suit, driving his car, and sit among the working poor like he'd always done. He donated heavily to the church, helped repair the building, bought new sound equipment, paid for air conditioning. Brother James, you've been so generous, Pastor Williams said, but we have another need. There are many homeless people in this area, veterans, families, people like you used to be. Can we start a feeding program? Yes, Pastor. Let's do it. Brother James started a foundation. called it Second Chances Initiative. Every Saturday, they'd set up at the I-75 underpass, feed 150 homeless people, hot meals, medical checkups, job training, counseling. Brother James would personally serve the food, talk to the people, encourage them. I was where you are 1 year ago, under a bridge, one leg, begging for food. If God could lift me up, he can lift you up too. Some people recognized him. Brother James? Is that really you? Yes, brother. It's me. You're walking. You have a prosthetic. You're wearing a suit. God has been faithful, and I want to be faithful to you. He'd hire some of them, give them jobs in Marcus's companies, janitors, security, warehouse workers, entry-level positions with dignity and fair pay. Everyone deserves a chance, he'd tell Marcus. Just make sure they're trustworthy. I will screen them myself. I know these streets. I know who's genuine and who's not. And Brother James's instincts were good. The people he hired worked hard. They were loyal, grateful. Marcus's company began to be known not just for profit, but for social responsibility. Thompson Industries employs formerly homeless veterans, gives them dignity. The story inspired others. Other companies started similar programs. And it all started because one homeless vet had jumped into a river. 2 years after the rescue, Brother James was invited to speak at a National Veterans Conference in Washington, D.C. The event was at the Marriott. 3,000 attendees, senators, business leaders, military brass. Brother James stood on stage in a sharp suit, speaking into the microphone. 2 years ago, I was sleeping under a bridge in Atlanta. I had one leg. I begged for food. I was invisible. People would walk past me every day and not see me. Not because I was literally invisible, but because society had decided I didn't matter. Then one day, I saw 2 children drowning in a river, and I had a choice. I could walk away. After all, it wasn't my problem. They weren't my children. The river was dangerous. I could die. Or I could jump. I jumped. Not because I'm a hero, but because I'm a human being, and human beings help other human beings. That's what we're supposed to do. That decision changed my life, but more importantly, it saved 2 lives. Marcus Thompson's sons are alive today because I made that choice, and Marcus didn't just thank me. He transformed me, gave me a job, a home, a future. But here's what I want you to understand. It shouldn't take jumping into a river to be seen. Every person, no matter how poor, no matter how broken, no matter how invisible, has value, has potential, has something to contribute. We just need to be given a chance. So I challenge every business leader here. Look at the invisible people in your city. The homeless veterans, the disabled, the forgotten. See them, really see them. Because among them might be your next leader, your next innovator, your next hero. Don't wait until they save your children to recognize their worth. Give them a chance now. The audience stood and applauded. 3,000 people on their feet. Cameras flashed. The video went viral. 5 million views in a week. Brother James's story became a symbol. Hope for the hopeless. Proof that transformation was possible. After the speech, a journalist approached him. Mr. James, what would you say to the old you, the man under the bridge 2 years ago? Brother James thought for a moment. I'd say, don't give up. I know it's hard. I know you're tired. I know you feel worthless. But you're not. Your breakthrough is coming. Just hold on. And when you see someone who needs help, even if helping them seems impossible, help them anyway. Because that's when God shows up. 3 years after the rescue, Marcus called Brother James to his office. Brother James, sit down. I have something to discuss with you. Yes, sir. You've been with me for 3 years now. In that time, you've proven yourself beyond any doubt. You're not just my COO. You're my friend, my brother, the uncle my children love. Sir, you've given me everything. No, you gave first. You gave my children their lives. I just gave you an opportunity. You did the rest yourself. Marcus pulled out a document. This is a partnership agreement. I'm making you a 15% partner in Thompson Industries. You'll own part of the company. You'll be a shareholder. Brother James stared at the paper. Sir, this is... I don't know what to say. Say you'll continue being the man you've always been. Humble, hard-working, caring about people others ignore. I will, sir. I promise. They shook hands. A homeless veteran and a billionaire, now partners. That evening, there was a celebration at the Thompson mansion. Family, friends, staff. The twins, now 9 years old, gave a speech they'd written themselves. Uncle James saved our lives. But he also taught us something important. He taught us that homeless people aren't bad people, that disabled people aren't less than others, that everyone deserves respect. Before Uncle James, we used to ignore homeless people on the street. Now we see them, we talk to them, we help them, because Uncle James showed us that anyone can be a hero, even someone with one leg who sleeps under a bridge. Thank you, Uncle James. We love you. Everyone applauded. Brother James had tears in his eyes. Dr. Alicia hugged him. You didn't just save my children's lives, you changed our whole family's heart. Later that night, Brother James stood on the mansion balcony looking out at Atlanta. 3 years ago, he'd been sleeping under a bridge in this city, invisible, forgotten, worthless. Now he was a partner in a multi-million-dollar company, had a home, had a family, had purpose. And it all started with one choice: to jump when everyone else stood watching. 5 years after that fateful day, Second Chance's initiative had grown into a major organization. They operated in 12 states across America, had fed over 75,000 homeless people, had trained 3,000 people in job skills, had helped 1,500 people get jobs. Brother James was now a respected businessman and philanthropist. He'd been featured on CNN 60 Minutes, Forbes, but he still attended Pastor Williams's small church every Sunday, still served food to homeless people every Saturday, still remembered the homeless vet under the bridge he used to be. The twins, Isaiah and Elijah, were now 11 years old. They volunteered at Second Chance's initiative every weekend. Uncle James, can we help serve food today? Of course, boys. That's what we do. We serve. One Saturday, while serving food at the I-75 underpass, an older man approached Brother James. He was on crutches, missing a leg, wearing torn clothes. He looked exactly like Brother James had looked 5 years ago. Please, sir, can you spare some change? I'm hungry. I'm a vet. Brother James looked at him, saw himself. He filled a plate with fried chicken, collard greens, and cornbread. Handed it to the man. Eat first, then we'll talk about how to change your life. The old man looked up, shocked. Change my life? Yes. I used to be where you are, under a bridge, one leg, begging. Now look at me. If God could do it for me, he can do it for you. Really? Really. Finish eating. Then come to my office. I have a job for you. The old man started crying. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Brother James smiled. He already has. Now let me bless you. And the cycle continued. Because Brother James understood. When you've been lifted up, you reach back down and lift others. That's what heroes do. Not just once, but for the rest of their lives. When everyone else is standing and watching, be the one who jumps. Your past doesn't define your future. Your choices do. The person you ignore today might be the one who saves your life tomorrow. So treat everyone with dignity. Real wealth isn't measured in bank accounts. It's measured in lives touched, people helped, hearts changed. Never be too proud to help. Never be too poor to give. Never be too broken to be useful. God doesn't need your perfection to use you. He just needs your willingness. And remember, the size of your bank account means nothing if your heart is empty. But the size of your heart can change the world, even if your pockets are empty. Marcus Thompson was a billionaire, but he couldn't save his own children. Brother James had nothing, but he gave everything. Sometimes the richest person in the room is the one everyone overlooks. Jump when others watch, give when others take, love when others hate, because that's what changes the world. Honest question. If you were standing at that riverbank and you saw 2 children drowning, but the current was deadly and everyone else was just watching, would you jump? Be honest with yourself. Comment below, yes or no, and tell us why. My beautiful people, Thank you for watching this emotional story. If it touched your heart, please like this video so more people can learn from it. And if you're new here, hit subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Don't miss any of our powerful stories. Before you leave, tell me in the comments, what part of today's story touched you the most? Your comments help the channel grow and bring more stories your way. See you in the next emotional journey.